What's up, y'all? This is Johnny. Let's play some Amonamarth riffs from the album With Odin on Our Side. Hope y'all enjoyed. That was just a couple of songs from the album With Odin on Our Side. I've been getting back into playing some Amarth. Unfortunately, I just made a video the other day saying that I fixed up my old Jackson, and then what do you know? I end up breaking the lowest string. I thought that tuning it up and making the tension a little bit tighter was gonna help, because I had it in D standard with the regular slinkies, so it's 46 through 10 guitar strings. I kept breaking the low E and the low A string out of all of the strings, and I wasn't even using a pick like this. I was using like a regular, somewhat pointy pick, but I don't know, maybe I just pick too hard. I go too hard on it, but now I'll have to probably just restring the whole guitar and try it again. But maybe find some strings that are actually of better quality, because as much as I like the Ernie balls, they're pretty cheap. Seems to be not as durable, I guess, these days. Maybe they're just not made as well, but anyway. Like I said, I probably just play on them too hard. But that's kind of what I've been doing today. Just jamming out a bunch of guitar. Been waiting to hear back from my uncle to go out and do some work today. I'm not sure if we will today. We planned on it, but that's okay. We can always have tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, But hoping for a couple different jobs or potential job opportunities to get back to me as well, and not sure really what I have planned for the rest of the day. Really nothing particularly planned, but been playing guitar for a few hours, so I might just keep doing that for a bit. Why not, hone in on that. Might go for a bike ride or something, go down to the pull-up bar, do some reps on the old pull-up bar. Find something to do, Well, it's all these little steps, they add up, they culminate to something, I don't really see like a necessary exact destination, and I've come to realize that the exact destination is really not the point. It's just a more so, I don't know, keep doing things that remind you that you have free will, choice, and that you have the power over really any situation if you're solid enough within yourself. Even though certain things might not work out the way that you thought they did, you're still going towards something. Progress is progress, right? Just because you stop doing something for a while doesn't mean that you're not necessarily making progress. Maybe you're just figuring out what truly is aligned for you, what's more so meant to be in your life, and things that maybe just aren't meant to be maybe as prevalent in your experience, but they can still be things that you enjoy, here and there. You can almost akin that to something like alcohol, drinking. I don't think drinking should be a daily thing. I've recently experienced that. So far, I've taken a 3-day break from drinking at all, because I knew it was that inner thing where I used to drink like almost every day, and I was like, man, yeah, I just want to keep it going and get fucking beers or whatever, but it's really something depending on where you're at in life, and I don't recommend anybody drinks, honestly. This is just my personal experience, but it's not something to be used every day, it really isn't. I think it's different for certain people. People can have like a couple of beers after work or whatever and be solid with that, but I'm kind of one of those. If I get a 6-pack, that 6-pack's gonna be gone, and that's why I only get a 6-pack. And I at least go for pretty good quality beers, the good German beers. And I know they're not the best thing for me, but what is even the best thing for you? What is the best thing for me at any particular time? Sometimes unideal things in an unideal world are kind of meant to be sort of bridges, or you could almost say a healthy crutch. I crutch nonetheless, whether it's healthy or unhealthy, depending on who you are, what your beliefs are, you know. Because I'm not here to please anybody or displease anybody. I mean, I'm not trying to anyway, but wherever you're vibrating at, wherever you're resonating at, is exactly the experiences that you'll attract into your life. And at this point, I'm just trying to heed this guy's words, just be like water. You know, I don't think he said to be perfect, you know. There was only one who said to be perfect, and that was Yeshua. And, I won't go into that too deep, but I think perfect could almost equate to one, to be one within yourself. You know, realize that you are one with all things, all creation, as often as you can. And of course, we came to this world willingly, knowing that we would fall asleep to a certain degree, and the remembering process can take many, many years, and it often does. And it's not really the easy path. Although we like when things go easier or things go our way, you know, for a certain period of time. But if things are too easy for too long, we often get to places in life where we go out and try to find things to overcome. You know, that's kind of where we've come to as a collective. I feel like a lot of people just really wanting to challenge themselves in certain ways, but also not at the same time, because the ego really likes to fight against the spirit. But it's really the thought of it that's worse than the actual thing itself. It's literally just about, like, you just jump into the water and start swimming, you know. Just that, it's that initial cold rush that you get, you know, that initial shock. You know, it's triggering the body, you know, we might, no, not necessarily like that to a certain degree, but over time you start to appreciate that. You know, it's like getting warmed up for like an exercise or a workout, or even warming yourself up. Like, say I'm a guitar player, so it'll take a couple of songs for me to get my hands and, you know, fingers in a state where, you know, more blood is flowing and they react quicker, they flow better, and, you know, all these different things. It's really just those first couple of steps that sets you up for success, you could say. You can put that into a lot of different words. Whatever that means for you is what it means for you. But hope y'all are having an awesome day. I'm doing my best to, for sure. It is a beautiful sunny day. I think I'm gonna get outside and do something. You know, something, or just go out and be. You know, be something. Start being something. But that's my short message rant for today. So very much love y'all. Till next time, shred onwards and so forth.